Michael the producer, you are an inconsiderate idiot, an absolute buffoon for openly talking to the face of a corporation called the Kimberly process. Listening to this man for 30 seconds and right away making it seem like that all the diamond problems have been solved with this Kimberly process by listening to this man for 30 seconds. You absolutely are an inconsiderate idiot for believing what this man says. And not only by believing what he says, but spreading the word about it, making it seems like this is what it really is. When all in reality, what is behind the Kimberly process is much darker than what it seems like. Okay, the Kimberly process is a non-functioning process, an organization that is trying to restrict the diamond rough flow into the markets. You might call this a conspiracy, but if you use your brain, that's in the end what their goal is, okay? They are not there trying to help people, obviously. And if you do not believe me, then let's listen to one of Trex NYC's good friends, David Rappaport, who is a legend in the diamond industry. And even he is telling the public on his official website, right here, the Kimberly process KP is a highly politicized multinational government process that misrepresents itself as a certifier of ethical diamond sourcing, while in fact supporting the certification of blood diamonds as legitimate. It is even told by David Rappaport, guys, who is the infamous maker of the Rappaport list, which dictated the price of diamonds for ever since. And yeah, I'm in lost for words almost, but this is a topic that I actually find words for because it is right in front of us. Okay, this is the Kimberly process. It is not only certifying blood diamonds, actually. There's an interesting story on YouTube by a diamond sourcer, a legitimate diamond sourcer who also wrote a book. And he told the story about how they certified a rough cubic zirconia stone, which was cut to mimic a rough diamond, as a natural diamond rough, and he had to pay taxes on that cubic zirconia stone, guys. That's how efficient the Kimberly process is. It's a complete joke. The Kimberly process has nothing to do with ethical sourcing. Okay, guys? Even if the intention was there, it is a non-functioning process because, as we can see from history, read articles about it, take a look at third-party opinions from real diamond sources, what they have to tell you about diamond rough sourcing in Africa, and they will tell you it is non-functioning, and it makes us question that are in the gem industry actually, why is the Kimberly process even invented? Because as we have learned from our videos, and you might already know, diamonds are not rare. Like, that's the size of this 31 carats. It's insane. But yeah, the thing with diamonds is it's so much. Like, diamond is just one type of gemstone, right? It's the diamond.
Yeah.
And it's a whole hall of it, full of it, you know?
Yeah.
If there would be one hall full of emeralds, then we would know it wouldn't be that rare, right?
That wouldn't be rare.
Yeah, that wouldn't be rare. But if it's diamond, it's accepted, right?
Yeah.
Why? Like, why is it accepted to have a whole hall full of diamonds and then still see it as rare? It's not that rare, obviously. It's not about rarity, like, you know what I mean? Like,
everybody. The diamond itself is a huge industry, right?
Yeah, it's much bigger than emeralds.
Much bigger. Emeralds are very, very small.
Small industry.
Very small industry.
And a good
Very
investment.
less people have it.
Okay, white diamonds, colorless diamonds are not that rare. And these white colorless diamonds obviously need to be restricted from entering the markets in order to maintain value. Because if you have too much of a certain item inside of the system, this item will lose in value. In other words, in order to restrict the flow of diamonds, you simply restrict the flow of rough diamonds, because whoever is controlling the rough diamonds is able to dictate the price of the diamond. Very simple. And the Kimberly process seems to be the main tool they have used to restrict rough entering the markets. And of course, this is a conspiracy to most people, but people that actually use their minds and think about it will realize it totally makes sense. Well, have you ever seen rough diamonds? Well, I personally have not seen any quality rough diamonds in the trade, and I have seen all kinds of rough gemstones, but not diamonds. Well, why? It seems like the Kimberly process is very, very successful in restricting the flow. And in terms of, I have not seen any rough. The reason why I'm making this video is you have a certain responsibility and you need to show a certain respect, okay? If you sit there with 500,000, 500,000 subscribers on YouTube and you tell the public that all the diamond mining and sourcing problems have been solved just by listening to a face of an organization for 30 seconds, you're an absolute buffoon. You're an idiot. I mean, seriously. And it's not only the fault of Michael the producer, because it's on Mark Gebauer's channel. I mean, they are both absolute buffoons. And at least Michael the producer, in terms of, I did not really fully watch what Mark Gebauer had to say. But just to even publish this in public and make it seem like all the African problems are solved, guys, we have the Kimberly process now, is complete idiocy. I mean, it's complete nonsense. Let me take a look at Martin Rep Report. Yeah, it's written in 2024, November 2024, and yeah, it's interesting. Just take a look at what David's Rep Report had to say. He is deeply connected into the industry. He's been in the industry ever since, I guess. And for him to say that on the open is really interesting, because you would expect a person like David Rappaport not to talk openly about this like that. But seems to be he's on the good side in that regard. He wants to tell the truth about this. You know, he wants to really open the eyes of the people. And in the end, you cannot prevent these lies from being exposed, because there's literally a YouTube video of a gemstone dealer telling us he was charged for a cubic zirconia by the Kimberly process. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, it's insane to think about even. But that's the reality of the Kimberly process. It's a conglomerate, a corporation of not only a few countries, I think it's 53 countries that are now lawfully restricting the access and import and export of rough diamonds. And they've been doing it since 2003, I think. I don't know how old the Kimberly process is, I forgot. So I just read it. Yeah, it was right. 2003, the Kimberly process was created. It was taken into action, and in 2000 they met in Kimberley, South Africa, to prevent. Now you have two sides. They either try to prevent the inflation of the diamond market, or they try to prevent conflicts within Africa. Everybody with human sense knows that they did that to prevent the diamonds from being inflated by their own supply. It's logical, you know. And yeah, that's the reality of it. I think Michael, the producer, should be ashamed of himself, because he should realize that he's an absolute idiot, that he listens to a person that is the face, he's the representative of a organization that has its own interests, and he listens in very, very important interests, you know, very specific monetary interests, very powerful corporation. He is listening to them for 30 seconds and then spreads the word about it. He's like, yes, that's the truth. I listened to your opinion, to your representation of your corporation for 30 seconds. And now I spread the word about it. That's what you are consuming when you watch Mark Gebauer and Michael the producer. It's absolutely idiotic. There are no other words for this. And it's not only about diamonds, it's about any gemstone and any resource we are taking from the African continent and claiming to be ours. Because usually these areas are destabilized. These people have no running water, they have no food supply, they have nothing, they have no refrigerator, they have nothing near what is comparable to what we have here. Okay? And we should definitely be honest, at least be honest about it. If I would show you Mozambique rubies, I would be aware and I would also be open to talk about that the circumstances in Mozambique are very bad. Okay, guys? There are people literally locked away for years trying to feed their family, trying to take a chance in mining. And they are trying to feed their family, trying to find rubies on their own land, but they get locked up because some other corporation claimed that land and they are not employed by that company, so they are illegal miners. They would be considered blood diamond miners trying to feed their family, but they get locked away because they are not part of that group. Okay, and that's the harsh reality of it. And that needs to be pointed out because there's a complete misunderstanding of the term blood diamond. Blood diamond simply means that you are not part of that corporation. You are not employed by that corporation that has the mining rights to that area. Okay? Which is complete bullshit because it's your land anyway, right? They can only employ a certain amount of people, and all the other people are left alone. They don't get any shares from the benefit. So these people get illegal access to these mines or do illegal mining and sell them on the black market. And that's where the term blood diamond partly also comes from. Of course, there's also the association with war, that the profits of mining and selling diamonds has been used to pay for war expenses. Of course, that's also the case. But there's a lot of misrepresentation. People are very simple-minded and they don't take enough time to look further into this. How could they? They have a 9 to 5 job, right? They cannot study the history of the Kimberly process in depth because they have no time for it. But we should not allow people to simply justify this massacre that's going on and say, yeah, it's whatever, it's the Kimberly process, everybody's happy in Africa. This is, that's the impression that this video gives me, and it makes me partly aggressive because I think it's a big disrespect to all of the people suffering seeing this here. This is a total misrepresentation. In other words, I think you should take that video down, matter of fact, because it's fake. It's not real, guys. Do your own research. With this video, you are misrepresenting the pain and the suffering of the Congo people. Guys, this is the real deal. Congo, the most destabilized country in Africa, probably. I mean, there are actually countries that benefit from diamond mining, okay? Near Sierra Leone, I forgot the name right now. But it's not because of the Kimberly process, guys. The Kimberly process has another reason for it to be what it is. It is not there to help. It is there to regulate, okay? That's my take on this. Guys, do not misrepresent the suffering and pain of millions and thousands of African people simply by listening to these buffoons here. Make your own opinion, do your own research, and you will find out that this is much more complicated than just a simple process that they claim has solved all of the problems in Africa. It's not that easy, guys. Guys, take care. My end statement for this video would be Free Congo. That would be my end statement, guys. Free Congo. Stabilize the regions. Give them an opportunity to strive. And stop lying to the public. I'm out.